Good morning, special peeps. I know I look wild because it feels like I just woke up. But, yeah, and some days you just don't. I don't know, I always feel a little bit prettier in summer because I don't do well in the cold. It's terrible. But, yeah, a lot of people have been asking me about the Jeunesse BB foundation range, and I'd like to show you today. So, I just moisturized with the Lunes Daily Moisturizer. It's got a bit of an SPF in it, which is lekker, especially in South Africa. Even in winter, we always need to protect our skins. So yeah, let's get down to it. So the bronzer and the primer are in like similar containers. This is the primer, and then this is the bronzer. So I just like to keep that one on the end. And then the foundation comes in like a really pretty packaging. I love it. And it's spray on. I actually thought when I got it, I was like, whoa, it feels so light and everything. But there's actually 50 mils of product in each jar. And I've actually checked. A lot of foundations are about 20, well, not 20 mil, but like 30 mil. So yeah, I'm going to spray on the primer, give it a good shake, and then just mist it over your face. And you can close your eyes if you please close your eyes when you start doing it. Okay, I got myself. Just keep your eyes closed for about 10 seconds, but this is not really necessary for the primer phase. So yeah, I do have my sexy little egg sponge, which I seldom use. I'm like such a foundation brush freak. Yeah, that feels it's like an instant burst of moisture. And I decided, yeah, it's been a hectic lockdown for makeup artists. So this is like the lockdown special. Makeup artists that feel that they're not feeling as fabulous as usual. I think it's a normal thing. It's a psychological thing when you're, when you're a bridal makeup artist in South Africa and all of that has been canned. So, I think we all need a little pick-me-up. This is my pick-me-up. Anyway, I'm going to close that and set it aside. Sexy primer. I'm just going to put it off camera. So I am deciding between warm beige for myself and maybe one slightly darker. I'm usually, I'll put in the comments which foundations I am able to use. I'm usually a mix of things. So we're going to spray our foreheads. I have pigmentation on my forehead, so that's why I spray my forehead thoroughly, okay? I love trail running. And now I'm just going to go in gently. Okay, I kind of have got myself. Yes, I definitely got myself. So the one thing I've had to learn is less is more. Just blending it down the neck. Even though we're wearing a mask, we don't want a hard line on the face. And then anything that looks too unrealistic, I'm just tapping it out. See, I'm a fan of glowy foundations, but foundations that actually cover, so this is quite cool. I probably didn't even need to tap it out that much, but I do have a little bit of a zimple on my forehead today, just to add to the unpretty nature of my general feeling today. Anyway, but I quite like the texture. And this is like a BB perfecting mist. So, you could use it as a full coverage product, but you can also spray very little and off you go to the gym. I train each afternoon normally, and I find that it doesn't run, it doesn't budge, because I know some airbrush liquids actually literally run down your face, which is terrifying to me. I'm used to the mud airbrush liquids, which have a built-in fixative. So this is, my bar is very high. So I'm just going to spritz it a little bit more there, just to cover. Yeah, and you can see that is me spraying in one spot. And that is something you'd want to spray over a whole section. get in there. I suddenly realized I was using the iPad as my mirror instead of my mirror as my mirror, which I don't know if that's a wise thing, but let's have some fun with it. Okay, and I'm gonna put my sexy foundation. I just love this packaging. It's actually just something fun. Okay, you're gonna use your bronzer. You want to spray that where this. They advise, because this is like from Austria or the US. It's beautiful. It's based on the Swiss principle. Their skincare range is based on the principle of Swiss cellular regeneration. So I really like the feel of this product and the credo of the product. Okay, let's spray some of skin that actually I try to get the bits of skin that actually the natural glow that you would get. I'm trying that for a change instead of like hectic contouring. And then you can even tap this onto the forehead because there's enough left on my brush. You can just tap it onto the forehead because there's more than enough left on my little spongy sponge. So you can do your chin if you want. And I have a thing with my jawline, so gently does it, guys. Gently does it. The bronzer is going to last you a long time because it really a little bit goes a long way. Yeah, I quite like that. And it's got a nice, like a dewy finish, which is cool. So here's where you'd use your setting powder or translucent powder. Cool. This is my look after applying the Be the Envy primer, foundation and bronzer. And I just put a little bit of blush. Well, I set it with some fixing powder, applied a little bit of blush, tiny bit of eyeshadow. I fluffed around with my eyebrows, but I didn't really put product on it. And I put a dash of mascara. So yeah, and of course my Mud Rose Clay lipstick, because that is something I really love. I'll take you to the light. The texture of the foundation is really, really nice. It's quite, yeah, it covers nicely. I have a lot of pigmentation on my forehead from trail running, like even with the hats and sunblock, I still get it. So yeah, I hope you like that.